If we were going to give Karrion Kross new direction in WWE, we could say his goal is to target anyone who gets a push in WWE. He's tired of being overlooked and underappreciated. He's done simply playing the game. Now he wants to tear down the system from the inside by breaking the ones who get handed the spotlight. Right now in 2025, the guy with the rocket strapped to him is Jey Uso. He's had a massive moment winning the World Championship at WrestleMania, but he's just now lost it back to Gunther. So what's next for Jey? Enter Karrion Kross. Kross could cut deep, telling Jey that he was never World Championship material and that his reign was forgettable, uninspired and undeserved. Kross can start getting in the head of Jey, slowly breaking down his confidence and planting seeds of doubt that grow week by week. Then comes SummerSlam, it's Jey versus Gunther in the rematch for the world title. But Jey's not the same, as he's distracted, not by physical interference, but by the mental games that Kross has been playing. The doubts overwhelm him and he falls short, losing to Gunther, who retains the World Championship. From here, you've got the option to pull Kross into the World Championship picture alongside Jey and Gunther. Kross could manipulate Jey into doing his dirty work, as he knows Jey can beat Gunther as he's done it before at WrestleMania. But for Jey to be useful, Kross needs to unleash the fire within him, so he does. He gives Jey an outlet for all that frustration in a no-holds-barred match at Survivor Series. Jey would accept and go to war, unleashing all of his anger and emotion, and wins the match. But Kross smiles because this was the plan all along. Kross could then enter the Royal Rumble and go on to win, ensuring his spot at WrestleMania 42. Kross could help Jey win the Elimination Chamber, making sure that both of them are in the WrestleMania main event. Now, on the surface, this may look a bit of a strange decision to help Jey be added to the World Championship match at WrestleMania, but Kross has never beat Gunther and Jey has. He knows that he can use Jey to take down Gunther, and then Kross can swoop in and claim the victory. And at Mania, the plan could come together: a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus Jey Uso versus Karrion Kross. Kross would use Jey like a pawn, then with the timing of a master manipulator, he locks in the Kross jacket on Jey and walks out as World Heavyweight Champion. Now WWE has a psychotic, manipulative mastermind at the top of the company, a champion who's not just hard to beat, but harder to even predict. He's not playing the same game, and when you think you've got the answers, Kross changes the question. Austin Theory is undeniably talented. He's athletic, confident, and has a natural ability to get under people's skin. He plays the heel role well, and he's got all the traits that make fans just want to boo him. But if he and Grayson Waller were to eventually split, it's hard to see where a heel Austin Theory fits, at least on the Raw brand. Raw already has a fair share of arrogant heels in Logan Paul, Grayson Waller, Dominic Mysterio, and Seth Rollins, just to name a few. If Theory goes solo again and stays heel, his character risks getting lost in the shuffle. That said, WWE is already hinting towards a face turn, which is great as there's a real opportunity there. He's never held the Intercontinental Championship, so slotting him into that title picture makes sense. He could have great matches with guys like Ludwig Kaiser, Chad Gable, and of course Dominic Mysterio. There's real long-term potential in a Theory versus Dominic feud, as both guys are still quite young at 27 and 28 respectively, and their careers could mirror something like the modern day John Cena and Randy Orton feud. Dominic, the self-absorbed, delusional heel, and Theory, still cocky but showing signs of growth. That arrogant edge might always be a part of who he is, but there's something shifting. He's hearing the crowd's chants for him, he's starting to carry himself with a little bit more heart, respect, and fighting spirit, and start to develop a connection with the audience. Fans cheer for wrestlers that they can relate to, and Austin Theory could be that guy. Someone who's had to earn every bit of his career the hard way. Dominic Mysterio, on the other hand, is the opposite. He's the son of one of the greatest to ever do it, in Rey Mysterio. His path was paved from the start. Sure, he took the opportunity and made something of it, but would he even have the chance if it wasn't for his name? Theory could be the one to call that out and could take issue with how Dominic has treated people who got him to where he is. He turned on his own father, he betrayed Rhea Ripley for Liv Morgan, and at WrestleMania he threw Finn Balor under the bus just to win the Intercontinental Championship. That's where Theory could see the title as more than just a prize. It's a symbol of respect and hard work, things that Dominic has just thrown away. For Theory, this isn't about gold, it's about principle, as he wants to end Dominic's reign and take back what the title should represent. But it all starts with Theory breaking away from Grayson Waller and beginning his rise not just as a future champion, but as a face the fans can finally get behind. Where to even begin with Finn Balor? I honestly don't know if he's had a great career, an okay career, or even a what-if career in WWE. Probably a mixture of the three really, and there's been some great highs like winning the Universal Championship, but for every high there's been a whole lot of average. For the last 2 to 3 years he's been a part of the Judgment Day, which honestly, if it wasn't for that group, Finn might have left the company already. If there was ever a time for Finn to leave the Judgment Day and push for one more run at the top, I'd probably say it's now. You could have Balor depart the Judgment Day, but on his way out of the group, he wants to tear it down once and for all. Have Finn and Dominic feud for the right to be the leader of the Judgment Day, and have Balor and Dom fight for the support of their Judgment Day teammates. Ultimately, it would be down to JD McDonough to decide who he aligns with. Obviously, JD and Finn have their history prior to Judgment Day, but you could have JD surprisingly turn on Finn and align with Dom, helping him to become the new leader. Although Finn would be exiled from the Judgment Day, he could get his payback by costing Dom the IC title, which could maybe drop into the Austin Theory storyline we mentioned earlier, and have Theory win the IC title thanks to Finn Balor. With Seth Rollins the current Money in the Bank holder, it's likely that he'll be World or WWE Champion within the next 12 months. This is a great opportunity for WWE to revisit the Balor vs Rollins storyline one final time. In 2026, it will actually be 10 years since Finn won the Universal Championship in his match with Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, and if Rollins is the champion next summer, then why not have the two clash at SummerSlam 10 years since their first clash and 3 years since the second clash. One final time at SummerSlam, the Revolutionary and the Demon could go at it at the biggest event in the summer, but this time though, Finn Balor would win the World Heavyweight Championship and he would go on to have a great run as a babyface world champion. Andrade is one of my personal favourite wrestlers in WWE. I just love his moveset and his entrance music is pretty cool as well. Since returning to the company, he's not really done an awful lot, and that's by no means his fault. Whilst Jacob Fatu is the United States champion, I don't see Andrade getting a shot at the title anytime soon, at least while Jacob's a babyface. Until a worthy heel claims the US title, how about using Andrade in AAA? Andrade could transition to a heel and lead a somewhat WWE invasion of AAA. Along with the likes of Santos Escobar, Berto and Angel, Andrade could feud with AAA's top stars in cross-promotion warfare. A heel Andrade and a babyface Vikingo for the AAA Mega Championship. Those matches would be absolute fire. It would be great promotion for AAA to have a star like Andrade appearing on their shows. It would also be an interesting idea if Andrade could beat Vikingo for the title and then show up on WWE TV like on SmackDown for example with the AAA Mega Championship. He could defend it against AAA's stars as well as WWE stars and could lead into 2026 and have some AAA flavour at WrestleMania. Vikingo, the immensely popular babyface, challenging Andrade, the self-proclaimed king of Lucha Libre and reigning AAA Mega Champion at the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. Honestly, that match would steal the show at WrestleMania. Using Andrade on AAA gives him an opportunity to become a top heel in WWE, and if he was to drop the title back to Vikingo at WrestleMania, then he'd return to SmackDown or Raw with a lot more stock and momentum. He could then start challenging for some singles championships in WWE, and this run might end up being a pretty good one. With this booking, I think Andrade's return to WWE could be pretty successful. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. Do these 4 superstars need new direction in WWE? Or if there's anyone else you can think of that needs a change in the company, please let me know in the comments section. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.